Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long, the Full Metal Traveler. We have a really fun show lined up for you today. I'm joined with my co-host, as always, Amy Long.
Hi.
Co-explorer, all of that wonderfulness. We are coming to you from the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And for this one, I thought we'd stick pretty close to home. Although we're not going to talk about Las Vegas, we are going to head just a little bit north. A little bit north, not to Alaska, but to Reno, the biggest little city in the world. How did it get its name? What is there to see and do? Places to eat, places to stay when you're up in that area. We're going to cover all of those basics in this episode. So you're going to want to stick around and kind of check it out. This is a city, you know what? Reno is kind of one of those cities that has had its heyday when it was bigger than Las Vegas, when it was one of the more populous cities on the West Coast. Everybody knew it. If you follow boxing, you know, the old Jack Johnson, I think Jim Jeffries heavyweight championship fight was there, you know, in the early 1900s. You know, it was kind of the epicenter of sports. And it's always been almost a little, that area like Lake Tahoe, it's about 20 miles away from Lake Tahoe. So that makes it almost a winter playground for the rich and the famous over the years, celebrities. And, you know, it's had its heyday, it's dropped a little bit, but it's also one of those towns that I believe is kind of back on the rise.
I think so. Yeah.
And you're hearing about it more and more in the news and just the offerings and everything. And so we're going to kind of explore this area. Like I said, we visited a couple of times a year. We find various reasons. We go to Tahoe. In fact, we need to go back to Tahoe.
We do need to go back to Tahoe.
First, I think first impressions are important.
Yeah.
And Reno is one of those towns that, you know, you got to kind of look at a little closer. You got to get off the highway, number one.
Yes.
To really figure out what this town is, because it would be easy to dismiss it as just kind of this blue-collar town, which it very much is that. But did you know that in its rebound, it has also kind of become this tech hub?
Oh, I didn't know that.
A lot of big companies, Tesla, and you know, I could go down the list. I won't bore people, but it's actually becoming this little tech hub right across the border from California. You know, all of whatever you want to think about all of that. But it's almost like the second coming of maybe like an Oklahoma City or these areas here in the United States that a lot of tech companies are finding because of the location with the University of Nevada at Reno. They're finding it a lot of young tech talent. And of course, right across the border in California, you got to have all these major colleges. So it's the central location. The home prices aren't egregious. The cost of living isn't over the top.
That was a very big word.
I know, especially for this show.
I'm proud of you.
I'm usually laughing at taking my pants off at TSA, but here I am using like
egregious.
I
am proud of you for that.
So first impressions of Reno.
Well, so I think Reno and Lake Tahoe, two different things. So the first time we went up to Lake Tahoe, immediately once you get there, it's just gorgeous. It is one of my favorite places in the world. I love Lake Tahoe. The first time we went to Reno, it is a little bit, I don't want to use the word underwhelming, but until you get off the highway, as you were saying, it just seems like any other city you're driving through. But this time we did a little bit more exploring, and I was very surprised to find they have a growing art scene.
Yeah.
They have a lot of like breweries in Reno, and a lot of places, like, I guess because it is a college town, there's a lot of things to do like for youngerish people. And then something that surprised me, they had the bowling stadium, the International Bowling Stadium, where they host bowling tournaments. I didn't even know this existed.
I didn't know it existed, but that's a little bit ignorance on my part, because there have been countless movies made in Reno and they all feature bowling in some sense. Probably the most famous one is maybe Kingpin.
Okay.
That was in the late 90s. I know that was a long time ago. But they've had several movies that when they feature Reno, they often feature bowling. And bowling is like almost like a mecca for bowling enthusiasts. Yeah. And in fact, the last time we went...
they were having a tournament.
I forget the group, but it was a women's tournament. And they were all dressed...
in their bowling shirts. It was like the women's bowling tournament of the year or something. Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised because we came down the elevator and I was like, what is going on here? I thought the pink ladies were going to attack us. But no, it was just a bowling thing. And I was like, I started seeing the signs everywhere. But yeah, a bowling tournament, a bowling hub. And like we mentioned, it has all of these things, which is kind of a throwback to a bygone era in Nevada in general. Mm-hmm. Like it kind of has this old Nevada feel.
It does.
Like you would see in the movies, like the old neon lights and things like that.
It's very mid-century modern.
Yeah. But it has that young energy because of the place of what we call the University of Nevada, Reno, UNR. It does have this young energy. And you see young people everywhere. You see construction, which is always good for it's not a small town, not by any means. But for a city on the rise, you see construction, especially in your downtown areas. A lot of old buildings you see like being reclaimed and reused and repurposed, especially in places where we're going to mention just a little bit, coffee places inside of parking garages.
Yeah.
And then just, little things like that, which you're like, okay. They're getting innovative, which is what you need. If you want your city to move forward, you need stuff like this.
Yeah.
And, they got a lot of great things to offer that we're going to get into, I promise you. But a little bit on the city itself, right? Probably the number one thing people know about Reno is if you look it up, the first thing you're probably going to see is that arch.
Yeah.
The big steel arch that was originally over Virginia Street there in Reno that says now... Reno, the biggest little city in the world. It's still on Virginia Street. It is. It's still on Virginia Street. It's still in the same place. They just changed what the arch looked like. Okay, so they changed it a little bit. That sign goes back to the mid 1920s. Wow. Okay. And then how did the biggest little city in the world? How did it get this title? Well, I wish there was a fun story to it or something like that. But really, the city held a contest. And said, who can come up with the best slogan to put our little city on the map and have us basically a marketing thing? And actually, it was a gentleman from, I believe, California. He won $100, and his slogan was Reno, the biggest little city in the world. And it stuck, and now they lay claim to it. And that's where it came. I wish it was like, hey, they fought somebody for it. What an interesting fact. I am full of those. I've made my career off of those uninteresting facts. Well, I think what is an actual interesting fact is what you were telling me, that it is the divorce capital of the world. That's how it got its fame. In the 1930s, it became the divorce capital of the world when they... cut the time it took to get a divorce. I think it was like 6 weeks. You had to set up residency. In fact, they had hotels and short-term stay locations where you could fly in, set up residency, stay there for 6 weeks, and file for divorce. Wow. And get a quickie divorce and head on out. So people would move here for 6 weeks from another state to if you get watch divorced. Like old movies, black and whites and things like that, and if they ever mention Reno, hey, I'm going to Reno, it usually meant that was code for I'm going to Reno to get a divorce. I can't stand this so-and-so next to me or whatever. And for a couple of decades, it was the place to go to get a divorce. Wow. Well, is it still 6 weeks to get a divorce? I don't know. I don't know. You haven't looked into it? No. Get a little hot here. I think everywhere started relaxing laws after that, after like the 1950s, 60s. But and what are we talking about? Reno, the biggest little city in the world. We're going to have more when we come back on this episode of Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. We're having fun. We hope you're having fun too. We're coming to you from the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. But we're talking about the biggest little city in the world, Reno. And you pointed out something interesting between breaks is that people who are from outside of Nevada, when they think about Las Vegas and Reno, they think that these cities are really close together.
Yeah. They don't realize how big the state of Nevada is. Yeah. Nevada. I say it incorrectly. Nevada. Is it Nevada?
Yeah.
I don't know. I always say it wrong.
Nava is da.
Ah, okay.
Nevada.
Whatever.
Which they will correct you
They
on.
will. When we moved here, we got corrected a lot.
They were very angry at me. Nevada,
but
not
people
Nevada.
Don't realize how big this state is.
Yeah.
And Las Vegas sits at the very southern tip of it. Mm-hmm. And Reno is pretty high north. I mean, it's not at the very top of the state, but it's in the upper part of the state.
It's not too far away from the state line of Oregon.
Right. And it's on the California border. So most people think it's an hour or two drive. No, it's almost a 7-hour drive across the desert. There's not a whole lot between Vegas and Reno. You're going to come across a few little towns, but for the most part, you are looking at mountains and shrubbery.
And Area 51 somewhere in there. You turn down the wrong road, it's Area 51. But it's arid desert and mountains and just kind of nothingness. A couple of old mining towns that have seen better days, although we love Goldfield and Tonopah and these places, Beatty. They're just kind of pass-throughs. So we're talking about Reno and all the things you can do, places to stay. That's what we're going to focus on now. When you go to Reno, we mentioned the very first thing. If you Google Reno, you're going to see the arch that says the biggest little city in the world. The second thing is probably downtown, a downtown image, which is about 3/4 of just Circus.
Yeah.
Now, Las Vegas famously has a Circus casino. But so does Reno.
Yeah.
And that's kind of Circus North, which actually, if we're going to compare the two, I much prefer the Circus in Reno over the one here in Las Vegas.
Absolutely. I agree. We've been to both. I think this one in Vegas is bigger, but the one in Reno just seems a little bit nicer, and it's attached to 2 other casinos. Yeah. So you can walk through and be in a whole different kind of atmosphere, other restaurants, a different casino floor. It just seems a little bit nicer. So usually when we go, we stay in Circus or what they call the Row, which is the 3 different restaurants, Circus, El Dorado, and
Silver Legacy.
Silver Legacy, yes.
And these are great budget hotels. Mm-hmm. We stay there almost every single time because you can almost year round get a really good rate on a room, and it doesn't matter the time of the year or anything else like that. And it's, they have clean rooms. You'll never mistake it for the Four Seasons or anything like that, but that's not a knock on this. This is just like, if you're going to go there and you're going to get a budget place, there are much worse places you can get for the same amount of money. Go to Circus. They got good restaurants. They have, games. If you're traveling with the kid, they have the Midway, which is like circus type games. It's like,
arcade and like
the ring toss. Yeah. Like you catch the rings on there and you win prizes and they're like a little carnival. That's how it's set up, like Circus. No, it's kind of in the name there. But like all these casinos are all, like you said, connected, and they have a lot of good options. But there are more options if you want to stay off the row, or if you're traveling in wintertime or something like that. And I know you kind of looked at a couple of them here.
Yeah, so because you are in Nevada. Now you have me concerned I'm saying it wrong.
Nevada.
A lot of the don't laugh at me. A lot of the hotels are casinos too. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the places to stay in Reno is a hotel / casino. Yeah. One of the really nice ones is Grand Sierra. We drove by it. We did not go in, but it's one of the top rated hotels in the city. And it's another one of these places where they always have performers coming in, do concerts, have great restaurants. So definitely an option. If you want to stay at a hotel that is not a casino, they do have those too. And I don't know if people are aware, but Reno is one of those cities that has a river running through the middle of it. So there is a river walk, and there's
the Truckee
River.
The Truckee River.
And there are a few hotels in the Riverwalk district. So that's another really nice area to hang out in. And
what was that one we passed through? The Plaza?
The Plaza, yes. That is one of the nicer ones down there in what they call Midtown. And then also the Renaissance Hotel. So both of those are in what's called Midtown, which is near the riverfront district. Yeah. Really nice places to stay. The other option, which we've done this too, is, a vacation rental home. They're all over the city. If you're going to be closer to Tahoe, we did vacation rentals at Tahoe. You can find pretty much anything in any budget you're looking for.
And that brings up a good point about, we mentioned Tahoe and kind of these little cities, Virginia City and Carson City, that are all kind of in this like drivable area in the northwest corner of the state. That a lot of people, it is a winter playground. It really is. People who love to ski, snowboard. If you're, a snow bunny of any kind, you probably, and you live in California or Oregon or these places, and probably have visited that area. And there's so many great, even during the wintertime, which we're not really winter people. We both grew up in the South, and we like cooler weather, but, we don't mess with snow, man. Like, it's unnatural. It's frozen precipitation. That's of the devil. I don't know anything about that. I don't like that at all, man. But they have some world-class resorts in the Tahoe, Reno area, like Sierra at Tahoe, Kirkwood, a place called Heavenly. I mean, if it's called Heavenly, it's got to be good. That's regularly ranked at the top. And, of course, the Palisades, both of them, Palisades Tahoe and Palisades Olympic Valley. But both of them are, all five of those are regularly rated as some of the best skiing in multiple states on the West Coast. So you'll find people, and the snow season, especially places to stay, goes until late May most years. Some years it stretches into July. Yeah. Where you can go skiing and have fresh powder and things like that in the mountains.
Yeah,
Sierra Nevadas.
We were just in Reno. It is May, and they had just had snow the week before. Yeah. And you could see snow up on the mountains where the ski resorts were. Lots of snow. Not a little bit. Like the ski lodges were open and working. So you can ski most of the year if you're a winter activity person. This might be the place for you to move to.
And it's amazing. People wonder, if Reno is just as dry and arid as Las Vegas is. The answer is no.
Right.
And it's those mountains, all those mountains and everything in between Reno and Nevada, and that 7-hour drive that really block off the precipitation to get to Las Vegas. And we've had a couple of years in the past, but we didn't have a drop of rain seemingly all year. And, people wonder if it's the same. Absolutely not. Reno has a river that runs through it.
Has a river. It's green. It's not green in Vegas. Everything's brown here.
No, we spray paint things. We have cell phone towers that look like trees.
We do.
It's the Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long, the Full Metal Truck. For a minute, I forgot where I was.
Yeah.
I just looked at you like, what? We're coming to you from the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. But we're talking about Reno, Nevada, the biggest little city in the world.
I love it.
Divorce capital of the USA. I don't know if that's still the title. It wants to be put out there. But hey, once you write it in the script, it stays in the show.
I think it needs a title like bowling capital of the USA or something.
It needs something capital of the
Yeah.
USA. Bowling divorce capital of the world. We'll just combine them. You get a strike and a divorce in one throw.
Isn't that the same thing?
I don't know. Yeah, we're talking about Reno, Nevada here. All the fun. We just gave you some wonderful places you can stay, whether you're budget conscious or whether you're looking to play in wintertime or looking for something just a little bit, a little upscale and don't mind spending a few more dollars. Want to stay in a different part of the city rather than downtown. But now we're talking about the places that you can find some interesting things to do. It is, like I said, it's an older city, has that mid-century modern feel to the architecture, but it also had this young energy thanks to the University of Nevada at Reno. So you see, like you mentioned earlier in this show, it does have this emerging art scene.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I mean, everywhere we drove or even walked, there are like sculptures just in front of buildings, murals on the sides of buildings. There were a few art galleries that we passed but didn't get a chance to go into.
Lots of designated places for like concerts and things of that nature too. I forget the name of the place when we were driving. It was on the left and we were like, oh, what is this? It had statues out in front of it, and it was just it was a park for... Yeah,
it was a fairgrounds for concerts.
Yeah, fairgrounds right there. I mean, it was close to downtown.
But the entrance had it was flanked by 6 really cool looking statues.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it is one of these areas that it's very much centered. It has this art center to it, this art heartbeat to it. And I think that it goes hand in hand with you have a constant influx of
young
students
people.
From... I know young people. I don't want to say that. Really date myself. But yes, young folk, them youngins, the Utes, as Joe Pesci would say, the Utes are coming from all over. I don't know. And so what are we talking about?
I like that Mike has a Vinny reference, though. That was great.
A deer, a baby deer.
Stop. Let's get back on track.
Okay, the Utes. Things to do. So you'll never be without. We saw lots of advertisements for concerts.
Yes.
Things like that in the parks. And, not only like the coffee shops and things of that nature, but the parks in general. And one of our favorite parks that I could spend almost every morning really is Idlewild Park.
Yes, it was really nice.
It's this huge park. It even has a little train that goes through it.
It does.
And it's got these ponds and
with little ducks and geese.
We saw baby geese.
We did. Lots of little baby geese.
I thought they were ducks, and they were not.
I think there were ducklings too, but then I don't know what baby geese are called. Geeslings?
Gooses?
I don't know.
Geissens?
I don't know. But I mean, that park has a beautiful rose garden that you can walk through. It had the sensory garden. There's a lot of little different designated areas, plus the playground for kids. As you said, the train. I think there was a dog park in there too. It's pretty big, so you can spend quite a bit of time at this park. As you said, we started our morning there drinking our coffee. It was just a nice, relaxing way to start our day before we got down into...
And there were a number of people.
Yeah.
And I think you mentioned they have a sensory park there where kids can go and I don't know, touch the trees. I'm not making fun of it. I just instantly forgot what a sensory park is. But you can listen to the leaves and sit and smell the bark or something. But they also had a lot of parents with their young kids going there and
I thought you said parrots, not parents.
I know, I need to enunciate.
But that is not the only park in the city. There are a lot of really big parks.
They have so many parks.
So many. Another one that I think this one is down more by the Riverwalk district was the Wingfield Park. Is that what it was called?
Yep. Very popular.
That one looked like it had kind of a stage for concerts there too.
Yeah.
And then what was the one that's on the north part of town where they were advertising a concert was coming up?
What was that? The San Rafael.
Yes. Yeah.
The San Rafael Regional Park.
So that one's by the UNR campus, and they seem to have a lot of concerts and festivals and things out at that park too. But it's not just for students; it's for everyone in the city.
Everyone can kind of join in and do that. If you're a baseball fan, they do have the Reno Aces, which is a minor league baseball team. I think
for the Diamondbacks.
The Arizona Diamondbacks. So if you like American baseball.
And then didn't you tell me the UNR basketball team is pretty good this year?
The UNR basketball team, if you follow NCAA basketball here in the States, is usually good year in and year out. And so they're always fun to watch. They do have a football team. It's not as good, but it is football on some level.
American football.
Yeah. And famously, guys like Colin Kaepernick and like that came out of UNR as far as playing college. So that is kind of this pipeline to professional leagues as far as college sports are concerned of all ilks. But like you mentioned, the Riverwalk, I said
you
ilk.
used the word ilk and you made me snort. Thank you. You're just using all kinds of words.
Ilk. I used what? Egregious?
Yeah.
Is that what I said earlier? And a lot of others. I coached you on Nevada. Lots of things. And I'm glad. And 1 point for me. I made you snort.
Got me snorting.
On TV. But, you know.
Not on TV.
I mean on TV, on radio. They won't let me on TV anymore. Have you seen this face? Lord.
We're going to get canceled.
Yeah. We've mentioned multiple times Lake Tahoe. It is a summer and winter playground. It was extremely popular decades ago for movie stars. It still is. I mean, a lot of celebrities and senators and bigwigs have homes around Lake Tahoe, which is kind of good, kind of bad. It kind of pushed out the middleman around the lake, as they are so wont to do over
But as you
years.
said, lots of activities, summer activities. I mean, there's beaches you can rent. We've rented kayaks. We've gone parasailing. There's paddle boarding.
So much fun.
I mean, just so much to do. There's also hiking. And then in the winter, obviously skiing, snowboarding, tubing, those kind of things.
And it is such a, it has this outdoor feel to it. So many trails, like you mentioned, if you do hiking or backpacking. And it is in such a short, drive from places like we mentioned earlier, Oregon, Idaho, like the southern part of Idaho, and California and the national parks on that side, the Sierra Nevada mountain ranges, and just everything. So if really people who are out, who love the outdoors, who are just like getting outside, or you need to bury a body or something like that, you need to go to Reno because it's really fun. And also there are things for kids like the water park at Wild Island, which is next door, technically in Sparks, Nevada, but it's right down the highway. I mean, it's like a 5-minute drive down the highway.
It's like the same city. Yeah. You don't even realize you cross over from Reno into Sparks.
Henderson and Las Vegas or
it's
something
all
like
one
that.
thing.
It's all one place.
Well, and what we found was they have several mini golf places, and we ended up going to one this last time we were there.
The
Magic Carpet, which probably is the most frustrating mini golf session we've ever attempted to play together.
It was very
It was very
It was
hard.
a very difficult.
The one with the spinny thing, the plexiglass windmill, and you had to hit the ball underneath it, and all of us hit the plexiglass, and our ball just shot back at us.
How I timed it. I don't think it's possible.
I don't think it's possible.
I think that's bull. I think we need to call him on it.
But you did win a free game.
I did win a free game on that. And what was the score? How much did I beat you by?
I'm not going to tell you.
It was so
You can't
awesome.
remember. You don't need to know.
Yeah, all I know is I won. I did my victory dance. Even had a stain on my shorts. It was weird. It was a weird time in Reno.
That happens to you a lot.
Yeah, did I tell you about that time in Australia? Well, we'll discuss that off air. It's the Unscaled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unscaled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long, the Full Metal Traveler. As always, remember, you can find us online, fullmetaltraveler.com. All of our past episodes and interviews right there. You can listen to all of them. We appreciate all you guys who listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you download your podcast. We're on there. And if we're not, let us know. I'll figure something out. We'll do something for you. We're coming to you from the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. here with my co-explorer, Amy Long.
Hi.
We are talking about Reno, Nevada, the biggest little city in the world. Why you just keep making me laugh right before we come back.
It's my gift.
From break. Yeah. Keep us laughing here because Reno is the divorce capital of the world. We talked about some wonderful places you can stay if you're visiting Reno, some wonderful places to be entertained. Whether you are there in winter or summer, you can find in the Reno vicinity something to do, something fun. For all ages. There's so much to do. We couldn't possibly list it all. And now we're going to give you some of our favorite places to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and some of our finds. When we're just up there, we found some good stuff. Let's start with breakfast, right? It's the most important meal today. We are not traditional breakfast people.
No.
We don't sit down and do pancakes and sausage and everything. Usually us, we're coffee and maybe a pastry or something like that if we're on the road. Our kids aren't really too big on breakfast either.
We're more of a brunch kind of crowd, so there are lots of brunch options.
We're more of a potato
but
people.
We do start every day with a coffee or some type of caffeinated beverage.
So coffee is very important to us.
Yes.
The go-to option is usually a chain. If we're on the road or something like that, right? I understand it's easy to get out there and do that. It's easy to, they know your order, and it's the fact that you know what you're going to get whenever you order, right? When we go out on these adventures, we purposely try to find things that are not in our comfort zone or find the little mom and pop places as best we can. Some places have them, some places don't. And you just do what you got to do. We found some really great places in Reno that really the coffee
amazing
was
coffee.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And whether you're ordering a caramel macchiato type drink or a vanilla chai latte, which is my favorite drink in the entire world right now, you can find it at these places. One of them is close to the university, close to UNR, and it's called Buzzed Coffee, which when I picture a college coffee bar,
this is it.
This is it.
Yeah. And when we say close, like literally across the street.
It's across the street from the campus. It is worked by college kids. It is patroned by college kids. And if you walk in there and you're not a college kid,
they kind of wonder what you're doing.
Yeah, what are you doing here?
But let me tell you, those college kids know how to make coffee.
And they are artists.
Yes.
They are artists with this coffee, man.
It is a tiny little place, though. So just be prepared.
Tiny. Most of these places are actually the ones we're going to talk about are all little things. It's not. They're very much not like a Starbucks.
No.
Where you're going to bring your laptop and we're going to sit here.
You're not sitting and hanging out at these places.
We're going to talk, write our novels and stuff like that. Buzzed Coffee near UNR, really good. Another one, which is basically just a drive-through.
Yeah.
And they have a couple of locations around town called The Roost.
And we did get vanilla chai latte.
We got vanilla chai lattes at The Roost. And I'm telling you,
so good.
There were, 3 or 4 college kids working this one, probably. They looked at that age. And, they made the heck out of those drinks, bro.
They did. And it's a drive-through building in the middle of a parking lot. There are windows on both sides. So it was 4 or 5 cars deep on both sides. But they kept it turning. So we didn't have to wait very long. And probably one of the best vanilla chai lattes.
And if people are willing to wait in a line, like you said, there were 4 or 5 cars in each window, and people were waiting for that coffee. When there's other places around, you can go get coffee anywhere, right? No, people were waiting. That is a test. To me, that's a testament.
Absolutely.
Like these guys know what they're doing here at the Roost. And then the place that we found. It was near a hotel, but it was actually at the bottom of a parking garage. We kind of joked about it earlier, but the dark shot.
Yeah. I don't know how you end up with a coffee shop in a parking garage.
How did you even find that? Did you just randomly?
I do. This is what I do. When we go or we're going to a new place, I Google best coffee and I look at the reviews and I try to find things that again are out of our comfort zone, something that's not a chain, something I've never heard of. And I do read reviews and I found this one and people were saying best espresso they'd ever had. So I wanted to try it out. It is right by the Reno Aces ballpark.
Right across the street.
So we did walk over. We got our coffees that morning and walked over to the ballpark and kind of checked it out. But yeah, it is in the parking lot, parking garage of one of the hotels right there.
Yeah. It was a really good cup of coffee, which if you are a coffee person, that is super important. A bad cup of coffee can just ruin the day, man. It really can. And so as we move on to lunch and dinner, we found some really good and some other great spots. And some spots that we didn't get to, but a lot of people have recommended to us. We got several recommendations for a place called Royce Burger Bar.
Yes.
Which, if you want burgers, sandwiches of those kind, Royce Burger Bar is one of those spots that you definitely should check out. Which next time we go up, and we go to Reno a couple times a year, we're going to check out.
And the other place we have to check out is Two Sisters for... it's more of a brunch type place.
Do they have a place?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the name of it?
Two Sisters.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
It's on Main Street. We drove by it. I guess you don't recall. But there was a line. So, we didn't make it that time. We have to get there early, but many, many people have recommended it to us. And actually when we were driving back and we stopped in Tonopah for gas, there was a lady in there wearing a Two Sisters Cafe t-shirt.
Oh. Well, there you go. They sell merch. They got merchandise.
But one place we did go was the Old Granite Street Eatery.
Yeah. This was actually kind of surprising. I didn't know what to really expect, but it's right next door to the Royce Burger Bar.
Yeah.
Right? And it's called the Old Granite Street Eatery. It's a great place for lunch and dinner. I had zero expectations walking in here. Super nice on the inside.
And
I don't know how to
small,
to describe the deco.
Yeah, it was an unusual decor, but it was kind of small. But the bar was actually what caught my attention. I mean, it's not a big place, but the bar was a very beautifully carved bar and then fully stocked. So if you also just want to sit and have a drink one evening, Old Granite Street Eatery would be a great place to do that. Yeah.
And then a couple of places that our daughter swears by this next place. It's called Sizzle Pie. Like, she has gone there on several times without us. And she's just like, this is a great pizza place with like a good energy, a good vibe. And like when younger people talk about energy and vibe, it must be a good thing, right? Yeah. It kind of scares me because I'm not sure exactly what they mean, but I'm guessing that's a good thing, right?
But it's right there in Midtown near the waterfront district. So you could go pick up your pie and walk down by the water and make an evening of it.
And we've been chatting about these smaller places that they don't offer a whole lot of seating, but what they lack in square footage, they make up for in taste and in value. And just the name alone makes me love this place. But Beefy's.
One of our new favorite places.
Burgers. They got all kinds of stuff there.
Hot dogs. Yeah.
Gourmet, their own spin on hot dogs and burgers and stuff. And like
milkshakes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All of that.
They had a full bar, so you could order wine or beer too. But this place has roughly 5 chairs inside and then 4 picnic tables outside. So when I found it online, it did say you may have to wait a while if you want to eat there, but you can order and pick up. There were a lot of people coming in just picking up to-go orders. But seriously, one of the best hamburgers I've ever had in my life.
It was so good. It was so good. And in the show notes of this show, as always, on fullmetaltraveler.com, you'll see, a couple of the pictures and videos that we got of the place, of Beefy's. It's definitely worth the stop, man. Oh, yeah. Even if you're just ordering and picking up food, you definitely need to go by there. This is a great advertisement for them because they're not paying us, but we only recommend places that we would go ourselves, never anywhere else. And so, I feel really comfortable leading people
to Beefy's.
I don't know.
We liked it so much, we bought merch. We bought a T-shirt, we bought a pin, we bought a magnet, we got stickers. We love it. We are Beefy's fans. We are
Beefy's evangelists extraordinaires. So there you go. The biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada. Next time you're flying through Nevada. Thinking about Las Vegas. Don't forget, it's there too.